Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, as promised in the Harvest in the Mint video, I am going to give you guys a walk around the garden, but first I want to share a little something about that behind me. I've been wanting a composter for a few years. As you see, we've brought home pallets to build one. It wasn't happening. I searched Marketplace and found this beauty. It has this handle to make turning it super easy. It has a door right here. So what you do is you just put that door towards the bottom as your compost is ready to use. Open that door and it just falls in your wheelbarrow. So I scored that for $80. And I checked the price of those things online. Let me just tell you, they were a whole lot more than $80. So I thought it was totally worth it. Let me turn you guys around and show you the sunset. How beautiful is that? So first, I'm gonna take you outside of my garden because I ran out of room when I was planting these. This is my acorn squash, and then over here, if you'll see, my butternut, which is doing a hell of a lot better than my acorn squash. I don't know the reasoning why. This is my first year growing both types of squash, so I'm excited to see how they do. And I don't know if I told you guys how I dug a row in front of my garden and planted sunflowers, and all I have is one sunflower left, thanks to my asshole chickens and the asshole chipmunks. And here's my one lone sunflower right there, in with all the weeds, with all his glory. You can see even he had some damage. So at this point, it is what it is. As you can see behind me, everything is looking fabulous. Let's take a walk through this creaky ass garden gate. And let's start this garden tour off. My roses are doing pretty good. This one's doing a little bit better than over here, but overall I'm happy. Any green in the garden is a good thing. The Genovese basils are doing pretty good. The lemon basil here and up there, I'm letting that one flower. Purple basil. My cilantro down there, not looking too hot. Up here, we got the Thai basil. Just a little sprig of dill. And then some calendulas. So I really wanted this planter to work out. I don't know if I have the wrong soil in it, but it dries out so quick. And it's so hard to keep everything looking lush and green in this planter over here. Right now I am happy. I need to get out here and harvest some of the basil. I just got a new Nesco dehydrator, so I will take advantage of that, get out here and trim it all up and throw it in the dehydrator to preserve it. Let me show you what else we got going on. Over here, you'll recognize my mint. Do you see? My friend, he's still here. Hello, friend. How's your little mint home? Stay as long as you like. Over here is my ground cherries. I trimmed these up. It had top leaves on it that were huge, and I felt like it was kind of blocking the sun. So it has a lot of blooms. There's a baby ground cherry back there. Some ground cherries there. There's 3 in this plant. Should have probably thinned them out, but it is what it is right now. In this planter, That's my shoes. I swear I'm not farting during my garden tour. I planted some beans. These are quick growing bush beans, and then some lemon basil. Do you see? Not today. My carrots. Now, my carrots, the tops are insane. Am I supposed to do something with the tops of the carrots? I know the biggest thing is making sure you water them thoroughly. I just feel like they're not getting any sun because the tops are so bushy. So please, carrot gurus out there, help me have a successful carrot harvest this year. Tell me what I need to do to make my carrots grow and look amazing. Over here, and this purple one is my marshmallow. I am super excited about harvesting the leaves, the flowers, the roots of the marshmallow. These are my slicer tomatoes. Once again, I should have separated them, but it's been super hot and I just didn't. But I do have a little baby beefsteak tomato back there. Over here is my corn, which if you'll see, once again, something got in here. Corn, next year I've decided I am not growing corn because I could plant a lot of shit there that I know I can grow. All right, let me turn it around and show you my tomato and pepper bed. So if you'll see, on this edge is my peppers. These are, I think, there's 3 or 4 different kinds of bell peppers here. My zinnias, which are just getting too big, they're falling over. And then I have my tomatoes, which if you'll see, I have a shitload of tomatoes on all of my plants. Look at this marigold. That is one plant, guys. So last year, my tomatoes got up to about here on the trellis. So we'll say 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall. So hopefully they'll just take off. I have the bottom 12, 16, 18 inches pruned off. So, and I have not been really good about trimming the suckers off. So maybe one day when it's not 1,000 degrees out here, I will get to that. But let's go on to the next bed. This is my broccoli. Purple broccoli, calabrese broccoli. These plants look great, but no broccoli except this one. One little purple head of broccoli. So I said, if that's the only head of broccoli I'm gonna sacrifice it, and I'm gonna let it bolt, and I'm gonna let it go for the pollinators because they love broccoli flowers. And if you've never seen a broccoli head go to flower, it is freaking beautiful. Which, as you'll see, this bed doesn't need any more flowers. I have a whole row of calendula, and then I have my 3 zinnia. Let's go around to the other side of this bed. So on the other side of that bed, I have peas, which are coming to the end of their life. You'll see I have a lot of peas left. Aren't they beautiful? That would make a really good hair color. And my cucumbers are along the back side, and they are trellising up. And then also on this side, I have peas on the inside and cucumbers trellising up the outside. You'll see they are taller than me. Do you see this right here? Did you see that bug? That is a cucumber beetle. They are the devil. So since my cucumbers have been about a foot tall, I have been battling squash bugs and cucumber beetles. I have had to come out here and hand pick the squash bugs off because I don't want to use chemicals on my garden if I can help it. but I did buy a thing of 7, and what I'll do is I will take my mason jar, spray a bottom layer of 7 in it, and walk around, and as I pick them off, I will put them in the mason jar. So you'll also probably notice my cucumbers. They don't look as thick and luscious as you would think. So I am trying something new this year, and I am heavily pruning my cucumbers. And it appears to be working. It has not affected the growth or the blooms or the fruit on my plants. So you'll see down at the bottom, the leaves are scarce. There's a nice cucumber, 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 cucumber. You can see all of the blooms. I did not know that you could prune your cucumbers until this year, and I tried it. Let's go on the other side of the cucumbers. So this part is looking kind of sad. I have pole beans on the inside there. They're just finally taking off. I want to say those are pole beans also. You'll see they're climbing up my lattice. I never got a trellis up on that left side there. These are the red swan bush beans. They're beautiful. You'll remember from my pollinator video, the vermillionaire, I believe, that I planted for the pollinators. Next, we're gonna move over to my daughter's crazy bed. She's got a lot of green. Her 2 cilantro right here got so tall they fell over. She's got 2 chamomile in here as well. There's a lavender right down in there. A borage, which is looking beautiful. Another borage, which is looking beautiful. This borage fell over. These 2 flowers right here, but I don't remember what they were. And then her salad green mix, which she never did anything with. And over here is my fever few. I have 3 of those. And then I have 2 toothache plants. And look at this, guys. Woohoo! Looks like a booby. I didn't think that it was that hot outside, but sweat is dripping in my glasses. So on the other side of the feverfew and the toothache is more cucumbers. And you will see they're also heavily pruned too. And see how the tops have more leaves? That's the new growth just in the last couple of days. And on the other side of that trellis is more cucumbers. I have my banana pepper and my jalapeno pepper. I'm telling you, these are probably taller than my knees. They just shot up. My nasturtium is looking wonderful. I'm telling you, it's more human now than it was all day when the sun was out. Let's show you what's going on in this last bed. Remember, this was what I planted for the pollinators. How cool does that look? I mean, let me step back and how cool. I mean, this garden is just beautiful. Over here, these are D from Naturally NC, her sweet potatoes. You'll remember when I planted those. Some are doing better than others. Over here, which I thought were dead because the chipmunks just destroyed them, is more sweet potatoes that are coming back. So I am super stoked that the sweet potatoes appear to be growing. So that is my garden tour, guys. What did you think? I mean, now that it has been consistently hot, the news said that all of July have been above average, which I'm feeling right now. I'm hot. Your girl is hot and sweaty, in places that she shouldn't be sweating. I have worked so hard to get this garden where it is today. And there's some stuff that needs to be cleaned up on the ground from when I pruned cucumbers and tomatoes. But overall, I am so thrilled with how this garden turned out. And I'm a little bit sad that I haven't had as much time as I'd like to get out here and spend in my garden. Like I said, guys, I don't know about where you are, but it has been ungodly hot. I mean, right now I'm standing out here, my eyeballs are sweating underneath. Everything seems to be loving it. I just make sure I try to water and pray for rain so I don't have to water, because that takes an hour and ain't nobody got time for that. So right now I want to leave you with a little garden dance. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. As always, we'll see you on the next one.